Hello and welcome to episode 11 of The Pilgrimage on FM23. My name is Jamie, and coming up on today's episode it's the pre-season and transfer special, and I'll begin by showing you the squad as it stands now. I'll be back in just a moment. Okay, here is the squad as it stands now. We have one goalkeeper in the squad. As you remember from last season, Harry Tyra was on loan, so he's gone back and they won't let us have him again. We've got only one right back, and that is 33-year-old Kevin Roberts, who is probably on his way out of the club. He is wanted by a number of clubs, and he's out of contract as well. So as soon as we receive an appropriate offer for him, he'll be gone. We've got 4 centre-backs in place, 2 of them very good, 2 of them decent. So centre-back, I don't think we need anybody else. We've only got one left-back, and that is 2-star Ollie Hayward, who is out of contract as well, but still at the club. So we need at least one left-back. Then we've got our other right back, Adam Thomas, who is... let's have a look at Adam Thomas. Although he's playing currently as a right winger, he is, as you'll see... In fact, he's not able to play right back. So we do only have the one right back. Adam Thomas, and in fact it's Kieran Coates, isn't it, who can play right back? Yes, it is. So we do have a second right back in Kieran Coates. We still need a backup to Kieran though, with Kevin Roberts going. So we need one right back. We need one left back at least, possibly 2. Adam Thomas, as I say, potentially needs to go. We just don't use a right midfielder at all. Kieran Coates, as we've already discovered, is our right back. George Glendon was out injured for the whole of last season. He's now fit again and comes in midfield. Declan Weeks and Danny Devine were here last season, as was Ewan Murray. Ewan Murray is probably the least capable of all of them, but he does have a lot of potential, and at 22 still has room to grow. Then onto the right wing, we've got Anthony Dudley, who's out of contract, and Milenik Ali, who was here last season on loan, has joined permanently already. On the left wing, we only have one, and that is Darren Stevenson. So we need to add a left winger, and we've only got 2 strikers, Kurt Willoughby, who was last season's top scorer, and Lloyd Marsh-Hughes, who came into the squad partway through last season and did very well. He is wanted by other clubs and is out of contract. If we can keep him, we will. So we'll see what we can do. I'll be back in a moment to show you the offers we've made already and are waiting responses on. Okay, well, as you can see, we have made quite a number of offers that we're waiting for responses on. I'll deal with them from top to bottom. So Louis Molden, we've offered a contract to. He's on a free transfer, and he's a goalkeeper, 21 years of age. And basically we've offered him a contract because we need a keeper, and he is... he looks like he's got some attributes that look decent. He's been at Wolves, he's been at Manchester City, he's been at Liverpool. He isn't going to be terrible, so we are hoping to get him in. Next on the list is Daniel Dodds. He is a right back, and again we're taking a bit of a punt, mainly due to the contract that he's requested, we think he'll probably turn out to be very good. So we're taking a chance with him. Next offer is Adam Lund, who's a central defender. Can also play defensive midfield as well. Has been around the non-league scene. Started out at Barnsley, didn't make it there, but has made it at Alfreton. So we think he's probably got enough to provide at least backup, if not more than that. So that's Adam Lund, 24 years old. Next one is Nathan Carlyon, a 20-year-old defensive midfielder. 2-star ability. Don't know what his potential is. He's at Newcastle, or was at Newcastle before they released him. Hasn't made the grade there. We've got every reason to hope he can do that with us. And he's got some attributes that certainly suggest that he might be able to. Picking out in particular, first touch of 12, tackling of 13, decisions of 13, work rate of 12. So he's got one or two that suggest he could be more than a little bit useful. We'll find out a bit more about him if and when he signs. After Nathan Carlyon, the next offer we made was Connor Branson, who is another defensive midfielder, and he's 31 years of age, and he's been around. Another one who started out at Barnsley, went to Guiseley, then off to America, Bradford Park Avenue, Altrincham, and then Alfreton. So Connor Branson is one who we've got hopes might be a little bit useful. Next up, Billy Whitehouse, who is a right-sided winger, and he looks like he could have something about him. He's played for Halifax Town, he's played for Doncaster, he's been at Leeds United, he was at Spennymoor, played a couple of games for them, New Saints in Wales, briefly at Buxton, and then Chorley for a few years. So he's got plenty of experience. Even though he's only 27, he's played 119 games for 10 different clubs. So hopefully he can offer experience and a little bit of ability as well. So after Billy Whitehouse, it's Chisholm Afoka is the next offer, left winger, and he's 19, so up and coming talent, has been at both West Brom and Aston Villa, so I'm hoping that he can offer something and be at least a useful option to have around the place. Next one is Luke James, a player who will be familiar to lower league football followers. Can play left wing as an inverted winger or wide target man, or indeed inside forward and advanced playmaker, and is more well known, to be honest, as a striker from his Hartlepool days. His first spell at Hartlepool was notable from 2011 to 2016. He is now 28 years of age, so it is about time he settled down and delivered the goods, and I think he can do that with us. And as I say, he provides an option in a couple of different positions, so well pleased to have him on board. So that's Luke James. Next up, and the final one, is Katia Kuyate. So let's have a look at him. Another one who can play both wings, but is primarily a striker, and has been at Everton. Hasn't made an appearance for them. We are optimistic that that he can do a job for us, and we'll have a better look at him once he's in, if indeed he decides to join. So I'll go away, try and get as many of those deals over the line as possible, and I'll be back once I've got an answer from all of them and we decide what to do next. Okay, time now to take a look at what deals we've managed to get done. And just to confirm, in the transfers in column, Milenic Ali, you already knew we'd managed to sign permanently after he was here on loan last year. From the list of offers I showed you, we've managed to get in Adam Lund, Connor Branson, Louis Molden, Nathan Carlyon, Katia Kuyate, Billy Whitehouse and Luke James. So let's take a look at the squad planner and see what that looks like now. And we begin in goal. Obviously Louis Molden comes in as a 3-star current ability, 4.5-star potential goalkeeper, over the top of Will Stanway, who was back up last year and will continue in that role. And we'll move along the back line from left to right. We only have one left back at the club currently, and that is Ollie Haywood. He is also out of contract, so we're still looking for at least one, possibly two left backs. Centre back, I'm going to deal with those together, so we only need to look at one side really. Harrison Burke, best centre back at the club. Alex Kenyon, although listed as a defensive midfielder, is the second best central defender at the club. Liam Edwards and Matty Williams are also at 3 stars, very capable players. Adam Lund, one of the new signings, 2.5-star current ability, 3-star potential at centre back, but as you can see, he too is a defensive midfielder by trade. And finally Lewis Earl, 2-star current ability, 4.5-star potential, but he again is a midfielder by trade. The right side, as you can see, is exactly the same. So we move on to right back. Kieran Coates at right back is the clear leader at 4-star current ability and 5-star potential. We've got 2.5-star current ability and 3.5-star potential backup in Danny Devine, and Lewis Earl appears on this one as well at 1.5-star current ability and 4.5-star potential. So we move on to a defensive midfield, and in that position the strongest player we've got is George Glendon. He is followed very closely by Declan Weeks, who is a specialised defensive midfielder, and Alex Kenyon at 2.5 stars is the third best defensive midfielder. For this season we can discount the rest of the players in that particular position. We move on, and for some reason it's changed the order of these again. I need to just swap those two around. So Alex Kenyon is the best left-sided midfielder at the club at 3.5-star current ability and potential. George Glendon is potentially better than him. Also 3-star current ability is Declan Weeks, Harrison Burke and Danny Devine. The rest of them you can discount. On the right hand side we've got our first choice is George Glendon. He's ably supported by Declan Weeks, who appears in another position. Alex Kenyon, 3-star current ability, 3.5-star potential, another very capable player. Another one who is actually a specialist centre-back is Harrison Burke. He's 2.5-star current ability, 4.5-star potential, so could develop into a central midfielder later in his career. And we've got plenty of potential but not much current ability beyond Danny Devine in this position. So we'll move on to the left wing. And the best left winger at the club is actually a striker, and that's Katia Kuyate, one of our new signings. He's ably supported by Darren Stevenson and yet another striker in Kurt Willoughby. Milenik Ali, one of the new signings, is also on that list at 2.5 stars. Likewise, Billy Whitehouse, Luke James and Adam Thomas. Ollie Hayward at 1-star current ability and 3.5-star potential is the weakest option in there. So move on to the right hand side, and once again Katia Kuyate tops the list at 3-star current ability, 4.5-star potential. He's followed by Billy Whitehouse at 2.5-star current ability, 3.5-star potential. And Luke James follows at 2.5-star current ability, 3-star potential. Milenik Ali and Adam Thomas don't have the current ability in this position, but Milenik Ali has 3.5-star potential, so could be a future right winger for the club. You never know. And that just leaves the striker position to have a look at. And there's a clear leader in this particular field, and once again we've got a slight error in the order on, in fact no, they are the right way around, it's me being daft. Kurt Willoughby is the best striker at the club. Kuyate and Marsh Hughes are the main backups. Darren Stevenson, although is a attacking midfielder / winger by trade, is a more than useful backup with the potential to be a very good striker. Luke James, likewise 2.5-star current ability, 3-star potential, so another capable backup. Milenik Ali, 2-star current ability, 3.5-star potential, not going to be a backup currently, may turn out to be one in the future. So I will leave it there, and I'll come back at the end of pre-season to show you whether we've managed to fill in the remaining gaps in the squad, and to show you how the pre-season results went. I'll be back in a moment. Okay, it's now the 12th of August, the day that the new season kicks off. So it's time to round up our transfer business that we've done across the summer. The last deal that you saw go through was Luke James. So since then, we've signed Alex Lancashire on loan from Blackpool. So let's take a look at him. And he is a left back, 3-star current ability, 5-star potential. So very decent loan signing, very happy to get him in. The next player to come in was Joshua Swan on loan from Luton Town. And Joshua is a 2-star current ability, 5-star potential right back. And at 19 years of age, he's on the young side, but has plenty to offer. So he'll get some game time, but will be predominantly a backup. After Joshua Swan, it was Matty Carson on loan from Accrington Stanley, another left back, 2.5-star current ability, 5-star potential, and at 20 years of age, this young Scottish player has the potential to feature in the first team, but is probably going to be more of a squad player. Next player in was Kyle John on a free transfer, and this is a player who can play anywhere down the right hand side, but I've brought him in primarily to play a right back. So he is a 4-star current ability and potential, 22-year-old right back, and I'm delighted to have him in as my first choice right back. Next player in was Kevin Burko on a free transfer, and he is another left back, 3-star current ability, 4.5-star potential, at 22 years of age, another young player, but one with a bit of experience. He's played 46 games for various clubs, most recently Salford, so clearly can cut it at National League level, having done it in the league. And after Kevin Burko was the final signing of the summer, another free transfer, Jordan Cropper, and he is another right back. 3.5 star current ability, 4-star potential, so likely to be first choice at 23 years of age. Another one with youth on his side. And that concluded the transfer business. So I'll show you the squad as it is now. It's probably slightly larger than we would have liked. But we've got Louis Molden and Will Stanway as the goalkeepers, with Louis Molden being the first choice, Stanway clearly the backup. At right back we've got 3 options, Jordan Cropper and Joshua Swan will definitely be fighting it out for the shirt. In fact, my apologies, it's Jordan Cropper and Kieran Coates that will be fighting it out, with Joshua Swan being the one likely to miss out. At centre-back, we've got 3-star Liam Edwards. Adam Lund comes in as a 2-star current ability, 3-star potential centre-back. Matty Williams is a 3.5-star ability and potential centre-back. Alex Kenyon, 3.5 stars of current ability and potential, again a centre-back. And the final centre-back is Harrison Burke, 3-star current ability, 4.5-star potential. Then we move on to the left-backs. Kevin Burko, who we met a moment ago, 3-star current ability and 4.5-star potential. Alex Lancashire is 3-star current ability, 5-star potential, and those two are going to be arguing over the jersey, with Ollie Hayward the man likely to miss out. Defensive midfield, we are a little light in this area. We've only got Connor Branson, who's a specialist in that area, 2-star ability and potential. Adam Thomas is a right-sided midfielder and at 2.5 stars of ability and potential. He needs to be moved on. Kyle John, although listed as a right midfielder, is coming in as a right back, so providing further ammunition for the fight with Jordan Cropper and Kieran Coates, and further marginalising the young lad Joshua Swan. So that was Adam Thomas. That was Kyle John. Next one in line is Luke James, listed as a right-sided midfielder, but is a right winger and can also play as a striker as well. 3-star ability and potential. Very good rotation option at 28 years of age. He's not going to get any better. George Glendon, central midfield, 3 stars of ability and potential. Declan Weeks, another one with 3 stars of ability and potential in central midfield. Danny Devine, 2.5 stars of ability, 3.5 stars of potential. And Ewan Murray is 2.5 stars of ability and 4 stars of potential. Matty Carson comes in as a left-sided player, so a left back, 2.5 stars of ability and 5 stars of potential. Although in the wing-back role that we use, he's only 2 stars of current ability, so clearly he's going to be the weak link in that position and not likely to get any football. On to right wingers, and Billy Whitehouse was here last season, 3 stars of ability, 3.5 stars of potential. Anthony Dudley, 2.5 stars of ability and potential. And new signing Milenik Ali, 2.5 stars of ability, 3.5 stars of potential. Katia Kuyate is a 3.5 star ability, 4.5 star potential, listed as a left winger, can also play up front. And finally, Darren Stevenson, left winger, 3 stars of ability and potential. Then we move on to the players listed as strikers, and adding to Katia Kuyate, we've got Kurt Willoughby, last season's top scorer, 3 stars of ability and potential, and Lloyd Marsh-Hughes, who's 2.5 stars of ability and 3.5 stars of potential. I'll be back in a moment to show you how we got on in pre-season. Here we go then, here are our pre-season results. And as you can see, we started out with a game against our under-18s. We brushed them aside 3-0. We then played Airbus UK Broughton and beat them 7-2. Accrington Stanley were crushed 6-2 in a slightly surprisingly one-sided match. Oldham Athletic then beat us 2-1 in probably our most disappointing game of the season. Crawley Town, we were expecting to lose that one, and we did, but we gave them a real scare and only went down by 3-2. We then played Macclesfield FC and we beat them 2-0 with 2 late goals. We then played Southampton and lost 3-1, not surprisingly. We then beat Warrington Town on their own ground 4-1. And then most recently, we lost 1-0 away to Scarborough Athletic. And that brings us to the end of the pre-season roundup. And as you can see, it is the day of the opening league game against Borehamwood away from home. And I'm going to show you that and the York City game on the next episode. So if you've enjoyed that, please leave a nice thumbs up on there for me. Subscribe to the channel for Monday to Friday Football Manager videos. Thank you very much indeed for watching, and goodbye.